Hope you all are well. Today we are going to discuss about units, dimensional formula, and some concepts of chapter number 1 to 5 of 11th standard. Okay, we'll be discussing some basic concepts and units and dimensions of chapter number 1 to 5 of standard 11. It will help you to revise your concepts for 11th standard exam and JEE NEET as well. So let's start. So first one, mass. Mass is one of the 7 fundamental physical quantities. Its unit is kg. In MKS, its unit is gram. In CGS, its dimensional formula is M1. The definition of mass is, it is defined as the fundamental intrinsic property of a body due to which gravitational force act. Okay, again, the fundamental intrinsic property due to which gravitational force act is called mass. I'm writing down here for. So here is the definition. Definition though is not important, but it's just for your concept. So fundamental intrinsic property of a body due to which gravitational force act is called mass. Next, length, quite simple. Its unit is meter in MKS. Its unit is centimeter in CGS. Its dimensional formula is L1. Next, third one, time. In both MKS and CGS, its unit is second. Its unit is second and its dimensional formula is T1. Next, electric current. Electric current, its unit is ampere. See, whenever we are writing the unit in the name of scientist, then always you have to start with the small letter. Okay, so if you are writing ampere as a unit, then you have to write like this. If you are writing ampere as a name, then you have to write like this. This is the rule. Okay, so this is not the unit. Okay, but this is the unit. And when you are giving a symbol, then you have to write like this. Okay, so this is the symbol for ampere. This is the whole name of the unit. Its dimensional formula is A1. Next, thermodynamic temperature. Its unit is Kelvin. Symbolized as K1. Next is luminous intensity. Its unit is candela. CD. Dimensional formula is CD1. Next is amount of substance. So amount of substance is mole. Its symbol is MOL and its dimensional formula is mole1. So we have got 7 fundamental physical quantities. In sequence, we can say it is MLT AKCD mole. Remember this way, MLT AKCD mole. These are the 7 fundamental physical quantities. M is mass, length, time, ampere means electric current, K stands for Kelvin, thermodynamic temperature, CD is candela, luminous intensity, and mole stands for mole, or amount of substance. Next, see, those were 7 fundamental physical quantities. Now other physical quantities are derived from those 7 fundamental quantities, and those are, there are many such physical quantities which are derived one. Let's start with number 8, velocity. Velocity and speed, although they are different, but they have same unit and dimensional formula. So we'll be taking it here as same. Velocity or speed, V is equal to d by t is the formula. See, I will not be writing down the units and dimensional formula directly. I will be clearing some concepts as well. So please concentrate. So V is equal to d by t. D is the distance. Distance means length. So length is L1. Time is T1. So we'll say dimensional formula of velocity is L1 T minus 1. Its unit will be meter per second in MKS and centimeter per second in CGS. I will suggest you people to write down the units and dimensional formula as I'm writing down here. So it will be very helpful for you. So acceleration is A is equal to delta V by delta T. Velocity, the unit of velocity is meter per second and time is again second. So this becomes meter per second square. Its dimensional formula will be, the dimensional formula of acceleration is, the dimensional formula of velocity, just now we saw it is L1 T minus 1 divided by time is T1. So this becomes L1 T minus 2. Next is force. Force is F is equal to ma ma. There are too many formulas for force. One of them is F is equal to ma. I have made a short video on different kinds of force. I have made a fantastic mnemonic on this, so you can see and you will enjoy as well. So mass, the unit of mass is kg. Unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So this kg meter per second square is called 1 Newton. 1 kg meter per second square is called 1 Newton. If it's CGS unit, see if it is taken in terms of CGS, we can it will be gram meter becomes centimeter per second square. This is called 1 dyne. And there is a relation between Newton and dyne. The relation is 1 Newton is 10 is to 5 dyne. Okay, 1 Newton is 10 is to 5 dyne. Let's see dimensional formula. Dimensional formula of force, F will be dimensional formula of mass is m1. Dimensional formula of acceleration, we can take it from here. The dimensional formula acceleration will be L1t minus 2. So m1 L1t minus 2 is a dimensional formula of force. Momentum. Momentum is defined as the product of mass and velocity. P is equal to m into v. So mass, the unit of mass is kg. Unit of velocity is meter per second. So kg meter per second is the unit of momentum. This is one formula. In CGS, we can say it will be gram meter becomes centimeter per second. So kg meter per second in MKS, gram centimeter per second in CGS. Its dimensional formula will be P is equal to mass means m1. Dimensional formula of velocity is L1t minus 1. Other than this, we also have some units of momentum like kg meter per second. Kg meter per second. These are the extra units. Kg meter per second. We can write it is kg meter per second into second by second. The value doesn't change. Now this kg meter per second square. See, this is kg meter per second square. This is kg meter. This second into second becomes second square. This kg meter into second square, if you see, just now we have derived it is Newton, so it is becomes Newton into second. So Newton second is one more unit of momentum, which is also the unit of impulse of force. We will be discussing it later. Next is impulse of force. Like imagine suppose the wall is a ball. When a ball collides with a wall and when it rebounds back, at that time it imparts some force to the wall. Again, when the ball gets collided with the wall and then it rebounds back, it applies some force to the wall. That force can be calculated with the help of impulse of force. It depends on the time of contact of the ball and also it depends on the change in momentum of the ball. So let's see initial momentum is initial momentum. If initial momentum is P1 and if after collision final momentum is P2, then impulse is delta P is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. Once again, impulse is final momentum and minus initial momentum. One more equation of this one. See, we know that F is equal to, according to Newton's second law, F is equal to dp by dt. The time rate of change of linear momentum is called force. F is equal to dp by dt. Or also we can write it is delta P by delta t. From this we can say delta P is equal to F delta t. So these all are the units of momentum. If see whether it is momentum or change in momentum, the unit remains same. So the unit of force is Newton, the unit of time is second. So Newton second is the unit of impulse of force, and its dimensional formula will be, the dimensional formula of force is m1 l1 t minus 2 into time is t1. This becomes m1 l1 t minus 1. This is the unit, sorry, this is the dimensional formula of impulse of force and momentum. So once again, let's see momentum. The dimensional formula of momentum is m1 l1 t minus 1, and the dimensional formula of impulse of force, see here, dimensional formula of momentum is m1 l1 t minus 1, and the dimensional formula of impulse of force is also m1 l1 t minus 1. Both have same unit and dimensional formula. Next is work. See whether it is a work or energy or power, all will have, sorry, work or energy, not power. Work, energy, it's whether it's kinetic energy, potential energy, total mechanical energy, or whatever. Any type of work or any type of energy are having same units and dimensions. So let's see work. Work is defined as the dot product of force and displacement. It is Fd cos theta. For unit, we can write just F into D. So work is force into displacement. The unit of force is Newton. The unit of displacement is meter. So Newton meter is the unit of work. This Newton into meter is called joule. So joule is also the unit of work. In CGS, we can say Newton in CGS is dyne. In the unit of meter in CGS is centimeter. So dyne into centimeter is called erg. There is a relation between these two also. 1 joule is a 10 raised to 7 erg. 1 joule is 10 raised to 7 erg. You can remember this way that Newton is Lakhpati and joule is Karodpati. Once again, Newton is Lakhpati. Lakhpati means 1 Newton is 1 lakh dyne. Newton Lakhpati. Joule Karodpati means 10 raised to 7 erg. 1 crore means 10 raised to 7. So these all are the units. This is the unit of work in MKS. This is the unit of work in CGS. Let's see its dimensional formula also. Dimensional formula of work will be dimensional formula of force into dimensional formula of displacement. The dimensional formula of force is m1 l1 t minus 1. Displacement is l1. So this will become, dimensional formula of work will become m1 l2 t minus 2. Many different types of energy like kinetic energy, potential energy, mechanical energy, gravitational potential energy, electric energy, magnetic energy. There are too many equations of energy. Out of that, let's see kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is given by the formula kinetic energy is half mv square. The unit of mass is kg. The unit of velocity is meter per second, the whole square. Meter per second, the whole square. This becomes kg meter square per second square. We can also write this as kg meter into meter per second square. The reason is kg meter per second square becomes Newton. Okay, so this is Newton. So we can say this will be Newton into meter. Newton meter into meter is called joule. One more unit is erg, as we just saw in case of work. Here work we had Newton meter is a joule, dyne centimeter is erg. Similarly, see, I just told that work and energy are same in terms of units and dimensions. So the unit of energy is also joule in MKS and erg in CGS. Its dimensional formula will remain same as that of work. Let's derive from this also. Dimensional formula of kinetic energy will be, this half have no unit. Mass has dimensions of m1. Velocity becomes l1 t minus 1, the whole square. So this will become m1 l2 t minus 2. So if you see, this is a dimensional formula of energy, and same dimensional formula is there for work also. So work and energy both have same units and dimensions. Let's see power. Power is very simple. If someone asks you what is the unit of power, then your answer should be what is the unit of power. Once again, if someone asks you what is the unit of power, then your answer should be what WATT is the unit of power. The question becomes the answer. So this was a joke, but it was the way to remember the unit of power. What is the unit of power? WATT is the unit of power. Let's see how it comes. Power is defined as time rate of doing work. If someone does the work in less time, we can say that is more powerful. A car is more powerful when it covers less, so when it takes less time to cover more distance. So power is defined as time rate of doing work. W stands for work. Work means joule. time is second. So joule per second is the unit of power, and this joule per second is called watt. We can also make some other units from joule per second also, like joule is Newton meter, and Newton is kg meter per second square. So we can make such formulas, but I will not be going into that right now. Its symbol is W. Its dimensional formula will be C. Joule means work. The dimensional formula of work is m1L2T minus 2. If you don't remember, let me show you. This m1L2T minus 2 is a unit of energy or work, or you can say anything like that. M1L2T minus 2 by time is T1. So this becomes M1L2T minus 3. Next is intensity. Intensity is defined as I is equal to energy imparted per unit area in unit time. Once again, this is energy, this is area, and this is time. So energy imparted per unit area in unit time is called intensity. We can also say this energy upon time is power. Just now we studied work done per unit time, and work and energy are interconvertible. Both are same in terms of units and dimensions. Therefore, energy upon time is power. We can say I is equal to power upon area. Intensity is power upon area also. Unit. See, the unit of power is watt, area is meter square. So watt per meter square is a unit of intensity. We can also say watt comes from joule per second. So joule per meter square second is also the unit of intensity. There are also too many units of intensity. You can make it from like joule is Newton into meter, then Newton is once again kg meter per second square, and all. You can put those and find out different formulas, different units of intensity. It's up to you. Intensity, the dimensional formula of intensity. The dimensional formula of joule, that is work, is m1L2T minus 2. You can take power also, upon meter square means L2, second is T1. So this becomes m1T minus 3. So intensity is a kind of physical quantity which has no dimensions for length. Okay, there are no dimensions for length in intensity. Remember this thing. This can be asked in MCQs. Next is area. Quite simple. If this is square, this is length L, breadth B, then we can say area is length into B. Both are length. So therefore, its unit will be meter square. In terms of CGS, it will become centimeter square. This dimensional formula will be length means L1. Breadth is also a kind of length. We can say L1. So therefore, it becomes L2. Pressure. Pressure is defined as P is equal to F by A. Force acting per unit area is called pressure. The unit of force is Newton, area is meter square. So Newton per meter square is the unit of Pascal. Once again, Newton per meter square is called Pascal. From the name of scientist Pascal, Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square is Pascal. Such 10 is to 5 pascals make 1 bar. Such 1.013 bar makes 1 atm. This 1 atm pressure is due to 760 mm Hg. It is 760 mm of mercury. So all these are the units of pressure. Okay, so we can say the units of pressure are mmHg. You can measure pressure in terms of mmHg. Doctors measure pressure in terms of mmHg. Blood pressure is measured in terms of mmHg. Atmospheric pressure is measured in terms of atm. The pressure inside a gas cylinder is measured in terms of bar, and this is the general unit, Newton per meter square. Its dimensional formula, force. The dimensions of force is m1 l1 t minus 2 by area is L2. So the dimensional formula of pressure will become m1 l minus 1 t minus 2. One more thing, this 1 mmHg is called 1 torr, from the name of scientist Torricelli. Next is volume. Volume is, imagine if this is a cube, we can say it is LBH, length into breadth into height. Length is measured in terms of meter, breadth also measured in terms of meter, height also measured in terms of meter. So therefore volume becomes meter cube. Its dimensional formula will be L3. Okay. Next is density. Density, the symbol of density is rho. This is called RHO, rho. Density is mass upon volume. The dimensional formula of mass is m1. Volume, just now we derived, it is L3. Therefore, the dimensional formula of density will become m1 L minus 3. That's it, the unit. Mass is measured in terms of kg, volume is measured in terms of meter cube. So kg per meter cube is also the unit of density. One more unit, we can say it is gram per centimeter cube also. There is a relation between these two. The relation is 1000 gram per centimeter cube. Sorry, 1000 kg per meter cube is equal to 1 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, you might have studied this also, like water. The density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube is equal to 1 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, next, periodic time. Periodic time is a kind of time which is taken for one full oscillation or one full periodic motion. Okay, whenever there is a periodic motion means a type of motion which repeats at regular interval of time, like the motion of earth around sun, or motion of the hour end or a second end or a minute hand of a clock. So periodic time is a kind of time taken to complete one full periodic motion. Like if the earth is completing one full revolution around the sun, the time taken by the earth will be 365 days. We can say periodic time of earth is 365 days, 365.25 to be precise. If this is a simple pendulum, the time taken to complete one full oscillation, it goes from right to left and again from, sorry, left to right and again from right to left. This total time is called periodic time. So periodic time, quite simple, its unit will be second. Its dimensional formula is T1. Next is frequency. Frequency is f is equal to 1 by t. The inverse of periodic time is called frequency. Frequency is the number of oscillations, or we can say number of periodic motions taking place in 1 second. Okay, once again, the number of periodic motions taking place in 1 second is called frequency, or we can say number of repetitions occurring in unit time is called frequency. The unit of frequency is, see, 1 by t becomes second inverse. Second inverse is also called hertz. Okay, so unit of frequency is s minus 1 or hertz. Its dimensional formula is t minus 1. So dimensional formula of frequency is t minus 1. Dimensional formula of periodic time was t1. The inverse of periodic time is frequency, therefore t minus 1. Let's see normal force. Normal force, it's not actually as such normal, but normal here means perpendicular. So if an object is kept on a table, at that time the force mg due to the mass will act in downward direction. Once again, if a mass is kept on a table, mg force will act in downward direction. Equal amount of force is exerted in upward direction to balance the mass on the table. That is normal force. So normal force N is equal to mg. Okay, why? Because the object is stationary on the table. The force exerted in downward direction is exactly balanced by the gravitational force. Gravitational force is balanced by the normal force. Sorry. Now I have made a fantastic video on the explanation of normal force. I have given a practical example how to experience the normal force. You can see my video in the playlist. So please see that video, that how normal force exactly works. You can actually feel the normal force. I have shown a very fantastic way for normal force. So N is equal to mg actually is a kind of force. So therefore, obviously, its unit will be Newton, and its dimensional formula will be sorry, unit is Newton. In terms of CGS, it will be dyne. Its dimensional formula will be normal force is, it's a kind of force. Therefore, m1 l1 t minus 2. Next is frictional force. Frictional force, obviously, you know, when an object is kept on a rough surface at that time, if it is pushed in this direction, there will be some interlocking between the grooves of the object kept on table and the surface of the table. Once again, there will be, you know, if this table, okay, actually table even if it looks very smooth, it have grooves like this. Okay, table, even if it looks smooth, it have groove like this, and the object which is kept, object, the surface of the object is also having such grooves. So when they are kept one over each other, they get interlocked. This process is called cold welding. This is called cold welding. And when force F is exerted on it, this cold welding breaks, and due to which a resistive force act, which is called frictional force. So frictional force depends on normal force. Obviously, see, if you are taking this object in this direction, and if you are applying, if you are keeping some more mass here, in that case, you will have to exert more force to push or pull this object in this direction. So frictional force depends on the normal force. So F is equal to mu Sn, as it is force. Okay, it is a kind of force. Yeah, this mu s is called coefficient of friction. We will be discussing in next slide. F is equal to mu Sn. Force, the unit of force is Newton. Its unit in CGS is dyne, and its dimensional formula, the dimensional formula of frictional force is that of force. It is m1 l1t minus 2. Let's see what is mu s. Mu s is the coefficient of friction. Again, F is equal to mu Sn when the object is stationary. Then when if we are pushing that object, if it comes in motion, at that time some sort of frictional force is acting on it, and that frictional force depends on the type of material, and that property is called coefficient of friction. So coefficient of friction is F, mu s is equal to F by N. See, force, frictional force, the unit of force is Newton. Normal force is also Newton. So therefore mu s is unitless and dimensionless. Okay, there are no units and dimensions of coefficient of friction. Why? Because the unit of friction is Newton. Unit of normal force is also Newton. Newton by Newton becomes unitless and dimensionless. One more force, tension. Tension is a kind of force. Once again, tension is a kind of force. So, see, let's imagine an object suspended from a rigid support via string. I have made a video on this also. Please see that video. You will understand it better, because here we are just dealing with units and dimension, and somewhat I am explaining about concepts so you can remember the dimensions and unit well. So if this mass is m, the force acting in downward direction is mg. The force acting in upward direction, the thing which holds this mass in upward direction via string, is tension. Okay, the whole string will be experiencing some tension. So tension is a kind of force. In this case, T is equal to mg, whatever the case may be, but the tension is a kind of force, so therefore its unit will be Newton, its dimension will be, sorry, unit, and its unit in CGS will be dyne. Its dimensional formula will be, dimensional formula of tension is m1 l1t minus 2, that of force. So here are all the units, dimension, and some concepts in brief of chapter number 1 to 5. And in next video I will be discussing about the units, dimensional formulas, and concepts of rotational motion. Then we will discuss about gravitation, fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, SHM, and waves. Okay, so we will go in the sequence. So please keep watching the video, like the video, make good comments, please. Thanks a lot. Bye.